Okay, g'day again. Right, as you can see, we've now got the van shell off the chassis. Before I took it off, as I mentioned in the last video, I did both of these corners, and yeah, they're a little bit messy, but a little bit of hammering. I'm gonna go and get a proper hammer. I don't actually have a panel beater's hammer. I've got a claw hammer, and the top of it's rounded, so yeah, I'm gonna get one that's flat. But anyway, I said, yeah, we've done that. I've cleaned the top of it up. Haven't cleaned up around the sides yet, obviously. Same on the other side. The other side was pretty much just as bad. I didn't have the bit along the top here, but it was just as bad underneath in this part here. Had a bigger rust hole in the top piece, and there's always hindsight in everything you do. Yeah. All I did was I cut out, I looked at it from the underneath. I cut out the pieces that were rusty, welded some new bits in, and then it wasn't till after I welded on and I actually cleaned the top out, and I found that this whole top piece was one big patch of bog. It actually had a tear underneath it, which hadn't been welded. It was just bogged over, so I had to weld that. But yeah, as I said, I'd already welded the piece on, and had I stripped it down first, I could have actually panel beated that out. But I can probably still get something under there now and lift it a little bit, but yeah, that's pretty difficult. But anyway, yeah, as I mentioned, I wanted to get all that structurally sound first before I took it off the chassis. Okay, so I'd already finished that before, I think, under there. So, since getting it off the chassis, I'll get a bit on, yeah. I welded right along the bottom here. I plug welded this because there was already drill holes in it from where I drilled out the previous spot welds on here. I didn't want to drill a whole lot of holes and do plug welds, so as you can see, I've just done a section of runs every inch all the way up. I've got to trim some of it off. I had a lot of, I don't know if I mentioned in the previous video, I couldn't actually get the quarter panel on with this inner guard because the inner guard was all bent up and out of shape. So yeah, I cut that off prior to fitting the quarter panel, and I had a hell of a time trying to get it back into shape, and yeah, and then but anyway, it's all in there now. So I'll do a bit of trim that back just a little bit, leave about a mil or two of the inner panel, and enough so that the welds are solid. And yeah, I hate welding upside down. It's a pain that gravity works against you, like some of those welds. Normally I wouldn't bother grinding welds under here, I just leave it. Everybody's going to stick their head, or you can't get your head between the tyre and the guard anyway. But yeah, that's pretty daggy. The gravity works against you, you're trying to weld it, it's trying to fall back out on you. And yeah, I've got little burn marks all over my arms from it. It's spitting on me. But yeah, that's a bit too daggy. I think I'll knock some of that off with the grinder. Yeah. And I haven't cut this yet. Yeah, this is what I've got to do next. Or next on the shell anyway. I'm going to cut this panel out. So, and that'll be the last part of the quarter to be plug welded. Plug welded in from behind. And then I'll have to weld this panel back in again. So it shouldn't be an issue. I did manage to, when I was, see if we can get this, make this visible. But get the right angle. Yeah, the camera's really going to pick it up. But yeah, just along here there's 2 or 3 little dents. That was from when I was trying to bend the inner guard up into place, and it's got too close to the air now. But, I mean, they're very slight. You can see them in the reflection, you can't actually feel them. But yeah, obviously that'll need a little bit of correction as well. Yeah. This is our chassis out here. I found there was also a rust hole in here. Only one, but anyway, we've patched that up. Just in there. And now I'm about to strip everything off. I've got all new bushes, shockies, everything. So, and yeah, I've got to replace all the brake lines. All the brake lines are rusty. I've taken the front ones off already. I still got to remove the back ones. So I'm going to remove all of the suspension parts now. Steering, I've got all new bushes, new tie rod ends, drag link, the whole bit. So yeah, they're about to come off, and I'm going to pressure wash it, scrub off any surface rust, and yeah, I'll prime it with the red oxide and then paint it black. So I think I'll probably do the underside first. Once I strip everything off, I'll flip it over, with some help, obviously. And yeah, how good is this? Pedders shockers. I put these on in '02. This van has worked hard for 20 years. You know, hasn't been sitting in the garage. I've been hauling, 3-ton trailers full of wood, loading it to the max in the back, driving it hard, 100 k's everywhere, up hills, down hills, round corners, dirt roads, you name it. This van cops a hard time. And look at this. If I can do it now one-handed. This one, after 20 years, it's still got most of its gas in there. It's still rising up. Look at that. The other side has lost a little bit. It doesn't, actually it has pushed itself up. The side that pushed down, so it has pushed itself back up, but yeah, not fast enough so I could see it. But yeah, this one's a little bit softer. Not much, but there is no free play, slack spots. You know, you expect after 20 years of hard work this to be absolutely shot. Yeah, how good is that? 20 years of hard work and it's still not completely worn out. That's, you'd get by on that. Yeah, possibly if I hadn't already bought all new shocks, I'd probably even consider leaving them on there because they're not that bad. So, yeah, Australian made products, mate. Anyway, so get on with it now. I've got a lot of cleaning up to do now. And, yeah. So, anyway, that's where we're up to. Alright, let's watch him.